Welcome back, friends. Uh, Before I start today's class, let me tell you something. I have a little bit of sore throat. I just hope that doesn't make any difference. So, before beginning our today's session, let's revise yesterday's whatever we have learned yesterday. So, what is Indian logic? Indian logic is Pramana, and according to Advaita Vedanta philosophy, it is categorized into 6 categories. The first one is Pratyaksha, that we can sense or the feelings. It is internal and external perception, that is Pratyaksha. And then Anumana is guessing something, educated guess. Upamana is comparing, that if this is like this also will be the same, that is similar to analogy. Then Shabdha is verbal testimony. Shabdha is verbal testimony, that whichever is written or told by the authentic source is Shabdha. And then Arthapati is the implication, that let X be. So we are assuming something to get a particular answer. So that is Arthapati. And then there is Anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi is non-apprehension, that we are guessing something on the basis of which is not there. That we are trying to understand, and that is called as Anupalabdhi. So today we'll be learning that how is this Anumana again categorized. This Anumana, that is inference, is again categorized into many categories. That is, I will just tell you, because this is not so easy to understand at once. So I'll just tell you that this Anumana or the inference is categorized depending upon according to the purpose. One is purpose, and then is relation, and then it is application. All these three it is categorized. Again these are further categorized, and it goes on. So I don't think that will be of much importance in the examination point of view. So what is important in the examination point of view? Today we'll learn that one. So what is Anumana? Anumana has its own structure and its kinds. Kinds, as I said now, according to the purpose, according to the relation, according to the application. These are the kinds. But what is the structure of this Anumana? There is, Anumana comprises of 3 parts. That is, this thing we are learning, this is the structure. Structure we are learning. First is Sadhya, Hetu, Paksha. See, these are the 3 constituents of the Anumana. This is the major term. This is the middle term. This is the minor term. These are the 3 constituents of the Anumana. This is the structure of Anumana. Whenever there is a sentence written, that these will be broken into the parts. And here this Hetu is also called as the Linga. This is also called as the Linga. Okay. Now this major term is the predicate. This is the predicate of the conclusion. This is the subject of the conclusion. And this middle term, this defines the invariable relationship between these 2 things. Let me tell you once again in the easier language. See, there is some structure for this Anumana. If we take this as conclusion derived from the acquired from the anumana, that is applying this anumana, we have derived to some conclusion, and this is the sentence in that conclusion. So this sadhya is the predicate of that sentence, and paksha is the subject of that sentence, and this hetu or the middle term will be the relation, will be showing you the relation between the predicate and the subject, that is sadhya and paksha. And this middle term is called as hetu or linga. Both are the same name for the middle term in the structure of anumana. So I hope you have understood this much. Now moving forward, when there is a relationship between the sentences, that is the invariable relationship between these both is called as vyapti. Invariable relationship. This invariable relationship is called as vyapti. This is very important. This might be asked in your examinations. So this is very important and we should remember that. See, what are the structures we should remember and what is vyapti we should remember. Vyapti is the invariable relationship between the predicate and the subject. That is the sadhya and paksha. So this is the vyapti. And here this may be like it depends upon the affirmative assertion, negative assertion and the joint methods. All these are good basis for the inference, that we can use any of these to get the anumana correct, or the conclusion derived from the anumana, that it might be affirmative assertion, negative assertion, and then joint methods, both, that is both negative and affirmative, both are also good methods. All these three methods are good to derive any conclusion from inference, that is anumana, using vyapti. Now this vyapti is derived by the induction or deduction. Induction method or deduction method. Again, these induction and deduction method are categorized into divisions, and this induction method is categorized into 6 categories, and deduction method is categorized into 5 categories. So we won't be going in detail with this because this is not so much of importance. Just keep in mind that we can derive the vyapti through induction and deduction. 6 categories are in induction, that is 6 methods are in induction and 5 methods are in deduction. So only this much is enough for the examination point of view. Now moving forward, we have hetvabhasa. What is hetvabhasa? Hetvabhasa is the fallacies of the inference. Many a times there will be a question which will be just asking you what is hetvabhasa, and options will be given as one will be the fallacies of inference and the other might be anything that they want to give, or else in the question itself they will be giving what is fallacies of inference, and options will be hetvabhasa, hetu, paksha, all these things. So even this small thing which you can see here, this can gain you 2 marks in your examinations. So just keep in mind this one. Now what is hetvabhasa? Hetvabhasa are the fallacies of the inference. What is the fallacy? Fallacies are, they are just assumed to be true. If we think it as logically, that is not going to work out. But if we see through this anumana, that seems to be true, or that seems to be logical. So that is called as hetvabhasa. That is the fallacies of the inference. So again, these fallacies are divided into 5 categories. That is, there are 5 fallacies. The first fallacy is savya bhichara सव्यभिचरा विरुद्ध सत् प्रतिपक्ष असिद्ध बाधित. These are the 5 fallacies of inference. They can give you 4 options. One they might give you wrong one, and they might ask you which is not a fallacy of inference. So you just remember these also. So these are also important. So I think briefing is important for today's class. So I'll tell you from the beginning. There is Indian logic. Those are called as pramanas. According to Advaita philosophy, they are categorized into 6 categories. First one is pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, shabda, arthapati, anupalabdhi. These are there. Again, this anumana is further taken into deeper study, and here its structure is to be learned, and the structure has 3 constituent parts: major term, middle term and minor term. Major term is sadhya, that is the predicate, and minor term is the paksa, that is the subject of this sentence, and this middle term is called as hetu or linga. The invariable relationship between sadhya and paksa, this is called as the vyapti, and this vyapti can be derived from the 2 methods, that is induction method and deduction method. Again, in induction method there are 6 methods, and in deduction method there are 5 methods. Then comes the hetvabhasa, that is fallacies of the inference, and these are again divided into 5 there are 5 fallacies. Those are savyabhichara, viruddha, sat pratipaksha, asiddha, baditha. These are the 5 fallacies of inference. I hope everything is clear. If not clear also, just go through yesterday's video and again come back to this video, so you will understand what is Indian logic, and this much will be enough for your examination point of view. They are not going to ask you any deeper questions related to Indian logics. So whatever will come within this thing. So you just be prepared for these things. So now take a pen and paper. Yeah, I hope you have taken your pen and paper. Now I will be asking you the questions, and you need to write down your answers. And later on, when I say the answers, check out your answers, and then you are going to comment how many answers of yours were correct. Be honest, don't do cheating. Okay, the first question is what are pramanas? I'll give you options also. Okay, what are pramanas? A, Indian philosophy. B, means of knowledge. C, the evidence. D, none of these. So you can see here only, you can see this and you can answer. So yeah, I hope you have wrote the answer. I'll tell answers at the end. Okay. The second question, which of the following involves use of perception? A, anumana. B, upamana. C, shabda. D, pratyaksha. I hope you have wrote the answer. I'll move forward. Which of the following involves use of comparison? A, anumana. B, upamana. C, shabda. D, vyapti. Now moving forward, this is the fourth one. Which of the following involves use of verbal testimony? A, anumana. B, upamana. C, shabda. D, arthapati. Done? I I know you can go through this thing and you can get your answers. Now, next one. The name of invariable relationship in Indian logic is A. Anumana, B. Upamana, C. Anupalabdhi, D. Vyapti. Okay, now this might sound a little difficult for you because this I have taught you yesterday. Prama means A. Knower, B. Means of knowledge, C. Object of knowledge, D. Valid knowledge. Yeah? Moving to the further. Pramatha means knower, means of knowledge, C. Object of knowledge, D. Valid knowledge. Yeah? Now next one. Which of the following is known as Sadhya? A. Major term, B. Minor term, C. Middle term, D. None of these. I know you are going to copy from here and tell your answers, but still it's important for me to ask you questions and check your knowledge. And I hope you won't be cheating, okay? Now the last question. Which of the following is known as the Hetu? Major term, minor term, middle term, none of these. I hope you have wrote all the answers, and if you didn't, just play back and get all the answers. Now I'll tell you the answers. Mark it correctly. Don't do any cheating, okay? The first answer is Pramanas are means of knowledge. Second one, which of the following involves use of perception? Answer is Pratyaksha. Third one, comparison is Upamana. Fourth one, verbal testimony is Shabda. And then invariable relationship is Vyapti. Prama means valid knowledge. Pramatha means knower. Sadhya means major term. Hetu means middle term. I hope all of you have got the correct answers. If you have got the correct answers, then I will be proud that I have been successful in teaching properly, incorrectly and correctly. So I hope you have understood. If you didn't understand anything, please comment in the comment box. I'll try to explain you in my next video. Thank you.